2022 has finally come to a close, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to talk about all the games I played in the last year, because I played a lot of games. I played games older than me, games that just came out. I regretted playing some games, found plenty I wish I'd played sooner, and played so many shooters that I now have a heads-up display permanently burnt into my retinas. This is going to be my one excuse a year to talk about games that aren't exclusively on Game Pass, PS Plus, Nintendo Switch Online, or free to play. There have been some great games that I've just been itching to talk about. Since it's an occasion, we've also got some awards to give out. These awards aren't real and cannot be exchanged for anything worthwhile, but can be worn as a badge of honour, and do all have fun, time-themed names. They're also not exclusive to games that came out in 2022. So, without further ado, we're starting off with the Alternate Timeline Award, which goes to the game that if I could redo 2022, I'd have played a lot more. And the winner is...
Make of thyself that which he desires.
I played around 2 hours of Elden Ring this year, and it was probably the best 2 hours of gaming I played all year. I made my character, and then got crushed by a big thing in armour. Then I saw a golden tree and got insulted before getting immediately destroyed by the tree sentinel. Then I hid in a cave, where a pack of wolves and a skeleton ate me alive. Amongst everything else, I just never managed to play much more, but by God, I wish I would have. I'll see you on January 1st, 2024, when Elden Ring becomes the best thing I played in 2023. Next up is the Before Times Award, which goes to the best game that was made before I was born. And the winner is... This was a tough call between Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, but good grief, Majora's Mask just has something special about it. I think it's the existential dread that really sets it apart for me. The time loop is so well structured, and the fact that this game was made in such a short time frame is nothing short of a miracle. Go play this, and Ocarina of Time, and the rest of the Zelda games. Do it! Next up is the Rewind Time Award, which goes to the best game I've already played. And there were a lot of considerations for this. I replayed all of Cuphead and had a blast, sunk more time than I'd care to admit into Enter the Gungeon for that review, climbed Celeste Mountain again, got back into Fortnite and Minecraft, and played through Skyrim for the billionth time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sucked me right back in with the Booster Course Pass, which has reinvigorated the game for me. We've had some standout tracks like Waluigi Pinball, Maple Treeway and 3DS Rainbow Road. The Tour City tracks are wonderful for someone like me who's never played them, and at this point I'm hoping Nintendo just puts every course and character ever in, changes the name to Mario Kart Ultimate, and calls it a day. But even that is not enough to win the award. The winner is a clear standout, and a game we recently covered. It's... If you thought I'd pass up another opportunity to talk about Persona 5, then you were wrong. Persona 4 Golden is coming out this month, and honestly, our review of that will just be a Persona 5 Royal review in disguise. If you like JRPGs, go play this, and if you hate them, give it a go. I hated JRPGs before playing Persona 5, and now it's one of my favourite games of all time. Next up is the It's About Time Award, which goes to the game I wish I'd played much sooner. Sorry to all games released in 2022, you're banned from this category. There were a lot of nice surprises this year. Windjammers 2 was simple fun. Far Cry 5, despite its issues, was just wonderful. And I enjoyed Ghost Recon Wildlands far more than I expected to. Crash Bandicoot 4 should get this award for its title alone, but then again I 100% completed Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I never do. Spelunky 2 came so close to scratching my roguelike itch, but none of these games come close to the winner. This came so close to being the best thing I played in 2022, but something else beat it out. Still, I just have to talk about this masterpiece. It just has everything. A wonderful art style, thoughtful story, and simple yet insanely refined gameplay. This flew under my radar in 2021, and I wish I could go back in time to slap past me for not playing it sooner. Next up is the Give It Time Award, which goes to the game I am looking forward to seeing improve in 2023. And the winner is... Damn, we had a rough start, didn't we, Infinite? No co-op, rough progression, and limited content. 2022 was not a great year either, with lots of delays and moving of goalposts. Forge is finally here, and that is the breath of fresh air that will keep Halo alive for a little longer, but I sincerely hope 343 can defy our expectations and get Halo Infinite to where it needs to be, because the core of this game is honestly fantastic. Next up is the Time Sink Award, which goes to the game I put the most time into. Splatoon 3, Minecraft, Fortnite, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Enter the Gungeon all sit on equal footing, eating around 100 hours of my life each. But the winner is so far away that it's keeping Voyager 2 company.
I'm on my way.
I'm not comfortable showing my playtime for this game. Just my multiplayer stats make me shiver, and that's negating the campaign, Warzone, DMZ, and Spec Ops. Is it a perfect game? Absolutely not. It could use more maps, some design choices are really dumb, and the UI is a disaster. But it is easily the game I've played the most. The campaign actually did some interesting things with gameplay and looked phenomenal, despite being written by a 10-year-old. Warzone 2.0 is a breath of fresh air, and different in a good way. The raid was fun, and multiplayer hits just right after a long day of work. DMZ is the perfect chill out with friends mode, and it all comes together to make an insane package that just eats away your free time if you're not careful. This is the final Funky Award, and it's called the Maybe Next Time Award, which goes to the game we were wrong about. And the winner is...
Time is on my side.
I bought a PS5 for this game, and didn't like it. Then I played it and made a video on it, and still didn't like it. Finally, after some genuinely insightful comments, my partner and I played it for the third time, and had a blast. This is a lesson in expectations. I expected Dishonored but roguelike, and what I got was something completely different. Deathloop is not Dishonored. It's its own beast, and should have been respected as that. It is definitely a game that gets better the more you play, and that final run is immensely satisfying. Don't listen to the review we put out. Give this one a go. Even though I said to give it a go in the video. Just give it a go. Now, we're getting into the big boy awards, the best and worst time awards. Each one has a general and 2022 version for games that didn't and did come out in 2022, respectively. First up is the worst time award, which goes to the worst game I played this year. And the loser is... Sometimes a game pops up on Game Pass, and it has an interesting premise, in this case, platforming on shadows. It looked fun, and we decided to make a video on it. Big mistake. There is nothing redeeming about this game. It is bland, boring, and feels like a prototype accidentally escaped the studio instead of the full release. I don't want to talk about it anymore, just let it be known that this was the worst thing I played in 2022. But wait, there's more bad. Next up is the Worst Time 2022 award, which goes to the worst game I played that came out in 2022. And the loser is... When I saw this get nominated for the Game of the Year award alongside Elden Ring, I thought the world was collectively having a moment. Stray has been my insanity this year. It's a pretty game, and it has a dedicated meow button, but that's about it. The gameplay is so one note, I actually started to drift off to sleep, and my girlfriend deciding what to have for dinner has more emotional stakes than the story here. After playing the game, I bought a cat for research purposes, and my final verdict is that real cats beat digital cats any day of the week. So, instead of playing Stray, just get a real cat. And now, it's time for the good stuff. Starting with the Best Time 2022 award. This is the inverse of the Worst Time 2022 award, and the winner is... This is pure bottled fun, and that's why it's my game of the year. In a year of trying to make playing games my job, it was immensely important to remember why I love games in the first place, and Splatoon 3 is it. The multiplayer is bite-sized and simple, but there are competitive modes. Salmon Run is the best it's ever been, and I really love the system where I get the worst teammates every single time. Single player is the natural extension of the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2, and limited time Splatfests and Big Run keep the game feeling fresh. We're not done yet. There is a more prestigious award than the Best Time 2022, and that is the Best Time Award, which goes to the best thing I played in 2022. And the ultimate winner is... Turns out I'm just skill up in disguise. Now, you might be saying, whoa, 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 isn't this a DLC? And you'd be right. But I am the master of this domain, and I promised you Elden Ring next year, so we're talking about Outer Wilds again. Outer Wilds is already a masterpiece, and Echoes of the Eye somehow improves that masterpiece. It is a departure from the base game, but ultimately unique and thematically relevant. Don't look anything up for this game, just jump in and give it a go. It might be your favourite game and you just haven't played it yet. You're just gonna have to trust me. And with that, the year is over, the games are played, and we look forward to 2023, where I'll finally play Elden Ring properly. I promise.